Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Maria Milagros and I am coming to you today to help you figure out how to achieve what you want with two simple questions. The questions are simple and the answers are pretty easy to get to, but then there's some work required. So that's my disclaimer, right? Simple questions, easy answers, and then you got to get to work. Okay. So those of you who know me know already that I'm all about taking personal responsibility and taking control of our lives in order to start having the lives that God intended for all of us. So a lot of people know what it is that they want, right? So the question, what do you want? Most people know the answers to that, whether it's in personal relationships, whether it's at work, whether it's, in your house or the stuff that you want to have or whatever the case may be. Most people know the answer to that question. What do you want? The questions that are going to help you achieve that thing, whatever that thing is, or those things, are really simple. These two questions. One, what are you willing to get rid of in order to achieve it? And two, who are you willing to become in order to attain it? What are you willing to get rid of in order to achieve it? And who are you willing to become in order to attain it? Now, there is this scripture that I love that talks about how we have to take off all of the things that hinder or entangle us so we can run out the race marked before us with perseverance. We have to. That's personal responsibility. Get rid of all the things that hinder or entangle us. What are you willing to get rid of so that we can run out the race? Who are you willing to become? That's marked out before us. And when we get to the end of the race, those are the things that we want and the life that we want to create for ourselves and the things that we want to achieve. So if we think about this in terms of an actual race, if you decide that you want to run a marathon, you shouldn't just get up and go run a marathon. That would be a bad plan. What you should do instead is think about what do you have to get rid of in order to make sure that you're going to prepare yourself for that race. What are you willing to lose? You might have to lose staying up late so that you can get to bed on time, wake up early, and go for a run before you start your day. You might have to lose consuming a bunch of processed foods and junk food so that you can start fueling your body with what it needs. And what you're going to have to become is a runner. You're going to have to run every single day in order to literally run a race or a marathon, right? If we think about this in a more simplistic term, and I'm thinking about this as for myself, I decided a few months ago that I wanted to be someone who read a book a month, if not more. And so I had to say to myself, okay, what does that mean? What am I willing to get rid of? For me, it was television. I have a TV show that I could watch every day that cracks me up and keeps me laughing. But that's not helping me get any closer to achieving my goal of wanting to read a book every day. And the thing that I had to become was an avid reader. And what do avid readers do? They take a book with them everywhere they go. You can always catch them reading. When they're sitting at a doctor's appointment waiting, they're reading. I'm sitting in the car waiting to pick up my daughter. I'm going to start reading. So what did I want? I wanted to read a book a month. What was I willing to get rid of? Cable. Who am I willing to become? An avid reader. And then defining what that actually looks like. So hopefully those two questions will help you figure out the action steps that are going to get you closer to achieving the big what do I want question is what are you willing to get rid of and who are you willing to become? I love this quote by Tony Robbins where he says, if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always gotten. So it's time for us to start taking some responsibility, letting go of the things that are hindering us and moving into becoming the people that God has called us to be so we can live the lives that God has called us to live. Bob Proctor said, change is inevitable, but personal growth is a choice. So change is going to happen whether you like it or not. We might as well dictate some of the change that's happening in our lives, and it might as well lead us to get each day closer to achieving and becoming who we want to become and to achieving the things that we want to achieve. During this month of February, I'm going to keep talking about loving yourself. I'm probably going to always talk about loving yourself. So I'm going to challenge you to love yourself enough to challenge yourself to answer these questions and to start taking the steps. The Bible also says that God has given you everything that you need. You need courage, you already have it. You need intelligence, you already have it. You need creativity, you already have it. You need resourcefulness, there's Google for that. There is always a way. So what do you want? Who are you willing to become? and what are you willing to get rid of in order to achieve it? That's my nugget for you today, because when we start living out our lives and taking responsibility, you already know, we feel better, we live more free, we have more fulfillment, it's also more fun, it's full of love, and that is super sparkly everything. Super sparkly everything. Super sparkly everything. So if you like this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. And if you want more of these, subscribe and you'll get one a week in your box. Also, don't be afraid to check out my website. It's www.mariamilagros.net. Holla at your girl. Bye, y'all. Love you. Hope you have a great week. Mwah.